my little Margie. I've been both mother and father to her since she was born. She's grown up now, and you think my job's all done, eh? Well, that's what you think. When she was little, I could spank her and make her mind me. I had control over her. I made her eat her spinach, no candy before meals. And when she disobeyed, I took her roller skates away for a week. But what can you do when a girl reaches this age? She's completely out of hand. I've got a problem, believe me. I've got a problem.
That's my father. I've raised him from childhood. That is, my childhood. He's nearly 50 now, and you'd think he'd settle down, wouldn't you? Well, that's what you think. Today, he looks better in shorts on a tennis court than fellas 25. Girls wink at him, and what's worse, he winks back at them. I want a nice, old, comfortable father. I try to look after him, but he just won't settle down. I've got a problem, believe me, I've got a problem.
You sure have a weird accounting system, Margie. I just don't understand it.
Well, I do. I've been in complete charge of the household accounts for almost a month now. Dad promised to buy me a new car. You know, one of those snazzy little MGs if I kept everything straight. So, I developed the perfect system.
This is the perfect system?
Foolproof. Look, this one marked IN simply stands for in. When a bill comes in, I put it in there. And this box marked UN stands for unreasonable. You know, the companies that insist on being paid right away.
If you have a confusion box, just drop me in it.
It's my system, and I like it.
Okay, Margie. What are the other ones?
Well, this one marked R stands for reasonable. I pay those after the unreasonable ones. And this one, PAL, stands for pay at leisure. They never bother anybody.
Well, what's this one? What's PMBCA stand for?
Well, that stands for possible mistake. Better check again. Don't open it!
What do you do with the confirmed mistakes? Put them in a trunk? I didn't mean it, Margie. I didn't mean it.
You're a fine one to criticize my accounting. That's what you took up in school, and you can't even keep a job longer than 1 week at a time.
I know. Maybe I ought to give up and go back to my father's office. He was the best boss I ever had. He didn't fire me for nearly a month and a half.
Look, Freddie, I've given up hoping for you to ever make anything of yourself. What you do is your business. And by the same token, what I do is my business. I enjoy my accounting system. Understand?
Okay, Margie.
All right. Help me pick them up.
I was going to save this as a little surprise for you, but after what you said about Freddie Wilson never being able to make anything of himself...
You didn't get a job.
I always knew that if I waited long enough, someday I'd find my niche. And I didn't call them, they called me.
Well, who are they?
Reynolds and Parrott.
Reynolds and Parrott? For crying out loud, they're Dad's biggest competitors. He's always criticized you for not holding a job. And whatever you do, don't let him find out you're working for Reynolds and Parrott.
Boy, I'm glad you warned me. What are your dad and Mr. Honeywell doing in the den?
Oh, some new big deal. Couldn't wait till tomorrow.
Oh, gee, just think, someday I may be just like him. Just like your dad and Mr. Honeywell. A big businessman, successful, loving my work so much I work nights and enjoy it. Happy, contented.
I'm disgusted, all right, disgusted.
Oh, what's the matter with that Whitlock? Why doesn't he call us back?
That's the trouble with having a contact man in Philadelphia. I call him up at 12 o'clock and he's already been in bed 4 hours.
Oh, come on, Whitlock, come on. Hello, Whitlock? Yes. Now listen, Ed, get this straight. A few hours ago, we heard that some other outfit, we don't know who they are yet, is trying to buy Amalgamated Chemical stock by the bale. Yes, Amalgamated Chemical. Right. Now, it's very important to our company that Mr. Honeywell stay on as chairman of the board.
And it's important to me, too.
I'm sure that you heard what he said. Now, listen, get on the ball and grab up every share of that stock that you can grab.
There. It balances perfectly.
Well, good for you. It's only the middle of this month, and you've already balanced your account for last month.
And will Dad be proud of me when I finish out this month? I'm already $72 ahead.
Well, thanks, Ed. Goodbye. Well, Chicago ought to be calling any minute now.
Yeah, I'll take this one. Hello. Hello, Moreland. Honeywell. Say, this is something hot on Amalgamated Chemical. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
What's the matter?
Yes, operator. I was disconnected. What? Now, listen. Mr. Albright's a personal friend of mine, and I know how he takes care of things like that. You're sorry, but... Well, what do you know about that?
What was that all about?
Can't you take care of a simple little thing like paying your phone bill once a month?
A phone bill?
Well, you gotta give them credit. They waited until midnight. Now, Albright, we've got to make some more phone calls.
I might have known. I put Margie in charge of the family budget.
Serves you right. A woman has no place handling money. That's what I always say.
Well, let's get down to the office and finish this thing up.
Letting a girl handle the budget.
You get the coach. What I've got to do will only take a second.
Evening, Mr. Albright.
You're fired.
Fired?
And tomorrow morning, I'll pay the phone bill.
The phone bill.
What do you hear?
Real quiet dial tone.
And how many other bills did you forget to pay?
Mr. Albright, Margie means well. So in her defense, may I say...
No, you may not.
Well, I was just going to say...
Oh, Freddie, will you be quiet? You're only making things worse. Oh, please, Dad, let me explain. Now I understand why I had $72 extra. I overlooked the phone bill.
But, Mr. Albright, if you'd just let her check the possible mistake better check again box, I'm sure she could...
Why don't you mind your own business?
Dad, I'm sorry I forgot to pay the phone bill, but by spending the $72, I saved us $28.
Well, how do you make that out?
I got a $100 Manelli hat for $72. Isn't that saving $28?
Well, why didn't you forget to pay the gas bill and save us another 10 or 15?
Come on, Albright, let's go.
Oh, but Dad, give me another chance, won't you? What about my new car?
Forget it. I'm disgusted.
So am I. Let's go.
But, Dad...
Don't feel too badly, dear. After all, you are a woman, and they're just not made to handle money. Good night.
Good night.
I hate to see you so upset, Margie, but all of us have to learn a little lesson once in a while.
Come on, come on.
He's mean. He's mean.
He sure is.
Don't you dare agree with me when I say something against my father. Go home.
This place confuses me. It confuses me.
You put over some pretty slick deals, but this I don't believe.
I've been beating Honeywell and Todd to the draw for years, but this time I'm going to leave that top boy burn Albright cut and weeping. I never quite put one over on Albright before.
All right. So Albright's daughter owns 100 shares of Amalgamated Chemical. But how are you going to get them?
Because, my dear partner, I have been checking and I've got us a pigeon.
Pigeon? Yes. I don't quite follow you.
Yes. Yes, I certainly am expecting him. Send him in. The pigeon.
I'm Frederick Wilson.
Splendid, Wilson. I'm Mr. Reynolds, and this is Mr. Parrott.
How do you do, sir?
Nice to know you, sir.
Now, I'll be brief, Wilson. We're interested in picking up some stock in a hurry. You come very highly recommended as a young man whose quick-mindedness and ability to make split-second decisions stopped our search cold. So you're our boy.
Oh, sorry, sir. My name's Wilson. Frederick Wilson.
Now, don't be so modest.
Well, who told you about me?
Who told us about you? We have our scouts out. You can bank on that. Isn't that right, Mr. Parrott?
Oh, yes, indeed. Scouts all over the place.
Yes. Now, here's a list of the holders of stock we haven't gotten yet. You go and get them. Start at $4 a share, but we're authorizing you to go up to $7 if you have to.
Gee, I never got a job so easy in my life. I'm a stock buyer. Hey, what a coincidence.
A coincidence, Wilson?
Yeah, Margaret Albright, 100 shares. Well, she's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend? Mr. Parrott, what do you think of that?
Amazing. Positively amazing.
Yes, well, that ought to be duck soup for you, my lad. Not only that, but it gives you a real chance to do your girlfriend a favor.
If I were you, I'd start with Miss Albright. Sort of make your first purchase on home territory.
Oh, boy, I can hardly wait to see the look on Margie's face when she finds out that instead of dropping in for a date, I'm there to buy stock from her. I didn't even know she had any stock.
Oh, I get a great kick out of things like this. Now, when you get her stock, you come right back here and tell us about it, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I suppose we can discuss salary later.
Oh, now, don't you worry about that, my lad. We'll take good care of you.
Right. It's not that I'm worried. It's just that I've had so many jobs where we didn't discuss pay, and then they, oh, well, as a lot of other fellas have said, it's not the money that counts, it's
That's
getting
the
ahead.
spirit, my lad. Now, you get that stock, and good luck to you.
Okay.
Wait a minute. How do you know that Albright hasn't already gotten his daughter's stock?
Well, I'll tell you. Suppose your daughter had some of that stock. Would you worry about it? Or wouldn't you just naturally assume that she had it tucked away safely at home?
All right, here's my amalgamated chemical stock. Now what?
Prepare yourself for a shock. Your stock is going to be my first purchase.
Purchase?
It's my new job with Reynolds and Parrott. I'm authorized to start at $7 a share and go to $4 if necessary. I don't think I said that right.
You mean this stock Dad bought a couple of years ago at $1.50 a share is worth $7 now?
That's right, Margie. And with 100 shares, that makes a nice, tidy 700 smackers for you. Well, you're not going to turn down $700, are you?
Well, I don't know, Freddie. Maybe I better ask Dad.
Well, he'd be proud of you. After what he said last night, I should think you'd feel pretty big waving $700 under his nose tonight from a $150 investment.
Yeah. He's probably forgotten all about it anyway. Okay, it's a deal.
I'll take this to Mr. Reynolds and get the check.
Hello?
Hi, baby. Mr. Honeywell is worried about something, so in order to satisfy him, I want you to do me a little favor. Oh, nothing very important. But do you remember that old stock I gave you?
Stock? Sure, Dad, I remember. What about it? Bring it to your office?
Yes, we're picking up as much of it as we can, and Mr. Honeywell thinks we ought to have yours. Just relax. She'll have it down here in an hour. Is it valuable? Well, honey, we'll give you a nice little profit, say, $2 a share.
Oh, come now, Dad. What's up? Are you sure it isn't worth more? Oh. Since he's in a generous mood, he'll give me $3 a share for it.
We already have a deal.
You drive a pretty hard bargain, honey, but $3 it is. Now bring it on down. What? You aren't selling?
No, Dad. If it's gone up to $3 a share, it'll go higher soon. So, just to prove that you were wrong about me not being a good businesswoman, I'm holding on to it. No, Dad, I'm sorry. Bye.
Look, Margie, we have a deal.
If Reynolds and Parrott will go to $7 a share on first try, and my father comes up $1 a share in less than a minute, something's cooking. Something tells me little Margie's in for a very interesting evening with her dear old pappy.
Give me that stock.
No.
First time anybody ever called me for a job, and I flunk out before I get started.
That's right. Reynolds and Parrott called you. How do you like that? Margie Albright's boyfriend. Margie has stock. Hire her boyfriend. You get it?
Get what?
Never mind. Just tell your employers I'm not interested in $7 a share.
But they said I could only go as high as 7.
Tell them I want more. I just have a little hunch, that's all.
Nothing to worry about, huh? She'll be down here with it in an hour, huh?
Oh, I can't understand it. I thought she'd be tickled to death to make a $300 profit. Now, wait a minute. Sure, that's it.
What's what?
She's pretty smart. She knows I want that stock. And she's going to make me admit that she's a good businesswoman by not selling it right away.
I hope you're right.
Oh, you don't know Margie the way I do. I know just how to get around her. I'll have that stock before we sit down to dinner. Margie!
Hi, Dad.
Honey. Honey, after seeing your new hat, I don't blame you for spending the phone money. No girl could have resisted this.
But, Dad...
Well, it's absolutely sensational. Here, let me see it on you. Real stunning, Margie. It looks like $1 million.
Dad, you've got it on backwards.
Oh, that proves what a wonderful hat it is. It looks great both ways. I mean it, honey. You should always wear hats like that.
I've been wearing this one a good 2 years. The new one's in my bedroom.
What's a man supposed to know about hats anyway?
Hey, what's this?
Oh, just happened to pass an old flower lady.
Well, thanks, Dad.
And here's some candy for you.
Oh, just happened to pass an old candy lady, too, huh?
Let's sit down and have an old-fashioned talk.
Sure, Dad. Shoot.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for last night. I guess I was a little hasty, but as of right now, you're handling the household accounts again. How's that?
Great. My, but you're in a good humor tonight.
I feel great. But let's not talk about an old businessman. Let's talk about something more important.
All right. What'll we talk about?
Oh, I don't know.
How about my stock?
Stock? Your stock? Oh, well, you know, that's not very interesting. You know how the market is. A stock is very valuable today and worthless tomorrow.
Okay. I promise I won't talk about stocks. I'll get dinner.
Margie, wait. All right, we'll talk about your stock.
Oh, I just promised I wouldn't.
But you can break your promise.
Not interested.
Margie.
Yes, Dad?
I tried to flatter your hat. I bought you flowers and candy, but apparently you know more than I thought. So I'm upping the offer to $4 a share for you know darn well what.
$5.
Okay, $5.
Not interested.
But you named your own price.
That's big business. Wreck their nervous system and they're at your mercy.
Now you listen, Margie Albright. Okay, just because you're my daughter, I'll make it $5.50.
It's a good thing I'm not a stranger. Sorry, Dad, I've already been offered $7.
$7?
Yup. By a little establishment yonder a ways called Reynolds and Parrots.
Why, those conniving... Oh, honey, you wouldn't sell your stock to those robbers.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a pretty shrewd businesswoman when I want to be.
I take back everything I said last night. You're a terrific businesswoman.
You're only saying that to get my stock.
Margie, I have a new offer for your stock.
Well, what do you know about it?
You hate me anyway, Mr. Albright, and a job's a job, so you might as well know. I'm working for Reynolds and Parrott.
What?
Come on, Freddie, what's the latest?
Well, Margie, it seems that things are pretty close. Reynolds and Parrott and Honeywell and Todd are neck and neck. So I'm authorized to offer you $10 a share.
$10 a share? Yahoo! Did you hear that, Dad?
Hello? What? No, I haven't gotten it yet, Mr. Honeywell, but don't worry, I'll get it. Are you positive? Well, don't worry, I'll get it. Goodbye. Margie, we've got to have that stock. Reynolds and Parrott have the same number of shares we have. We're tied, same number of votes.
Vote?
Each share represents a vote, Margie. Your 100 votes will make the difference between who'll be chairman of the board, Mr. Honeywell or Mr. Reynolds.
Well, what do you know? All right, gentlemen, you may start the bidding.
Well, I wasn't supposed to go over 20, but now the sky's the limit. 13.
You mean you're going to bid against me to my own daughter?
Well, a job's a job. Throw me out and I'll bid right through the keyhole. $15. Hey, I'm bidding against myself. Mr. Albright, would you care to say 15 so I can go to 16?
15.
16.
17.
17.50.
8. I'm not going to bid any more. Go ahead and sell to Reynolds. But just remember what you're doing to your poor old father. Your poor old dad.
Come on, Mr. Albright. No fair using the sob stuff. 18.50.
19.
We may still have a chance. According to that Droop Wilson, the girl didn't seem any too friendly with her father.
And I'd offer her anything now for those 100 shares.
You think we can depend on her all right? Of course we can. She was just trying to get back at me for saying she was a bad businesswoman. I was supposed to toss and roll all night worrying about what she was going to do.
Yeah, well, I rolled all night, I can tell you that.
Oh, don't worry. She won't let me down. I told her you might even fire me if she voted for Reynolds.
You weren't kidding. We can depend on her all right.
Morning, Margie.
Good morning, Mr. Albright.
Miss Albright.
She's just sort of kidding us along.
You always know what she's thinking. You always know what she'll do. I don't think you know her left hand from her right foot.
All right, Mr. Chairman, shall we get started?
Yes, of course. The meeting will come to order.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, the chair recognizes Mr. Albright.
Gentlemen and Miss Albright, I'm sure we all know why we're here. To elect a chairman of the board of directors. I nominate a man who was so brilliantly guided Amalgamated this past year, Mr. George Honeywell.
I nominate the man who will guide Amalgamated to new and greater heights, Mr. Jack Reynolds.
And I cast 12,500 votes for Mr. George Honeywell.
I cast 12,500 votes, Mr. Jack Reynolds.
Well, Margie.
Could I ask a question, please?
Yes, of course.
Yes, Margie.
Could I nominate somebody, too?
Well, of course, but,
Mr. Chairman, I nominate and simultaneously cast 100 votes for Margie Albright.
Margie, don't be ridiculous. Nobody could win with 100 votes.
Gee, that's right. Well, that's that. Excuse me. Oh, just a parting thought, gentlemen. Looks like nobody else can win without my 100 votes, doesn't it? Well, bye.
Well, what do you say, Miss Albright? Like it?
Like it? Oh, it's gorgeous. Dad, isn't it sweet of Mr. Reynolds to buy me all these beautiful gifts?
It's the most underhanded thing I ever heard of, busting into my apartment and trying to bribe my own daughter with a lot of measly presents.
Measly, he says. Miss Albright, what is your pleasure? Diamonds or rubies?
Have some more candy.
Oh, no, thank
Come on, Miss Albright, vote for me and start really living.
Don't listen to them, Margie. Oh, look at me. This is your old pappy talking, remember?
But, Dad, I thought you wanted me to be a shrewd businesswoman.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry I ever mentioned it. I just want you to be your own sweet self. My little Margie on my side, right or wrong.
Very touching.
Yeah, get him a crying towel.
You keep out of this, you conniving chiselers.
Who's a chiseler, you old goat?
Gentlemen, please.
You're just sore because we beat you to it.
Yes, outsmarted you with all the nice things we gave the little lady.
All right, gentlemen. I'm ready to vote.
Now you're talking, Miss Albright. And remember, vote right, and this is just the start.
Of course she's going to vote right, aren't you?
I think so. But first, I have a little confession to make. I'm afraid this whole thing sort of started out as a little gag to teach somebody a lesson. But the way things have worked out, I think maybe you've got one coming, too. I'm voting for Mr. Honeywell.
Oh, no.
And you know why? Because you and Mr. Honeywell didn't try to bribe me. You didn't try to buy me with expensive gifts.
No, Mr. Honeywell, not now. Go away, go away. Not now, Mr. Honeywell, go away.
Surprise, Margie. A little present from your dad and me.
Oh, don't get sore, Margie. It was all a mistake. I'll send it right back.
What are you trying to do, Dad? Scratch my new car?
You're not mad?
Oh, it's beautiful. Just the one I wanted.
Oh, it wasn't really a bribe, honey. I was going to buy it for you anyway.
Oh, you just worked it so Mr. Honeywell had to pay half, huh?
If I ever say that you're not a smart businesswoman again, you can run me over with this. Margie, what happened?
Dad,
Yes?
please don't bawl me out for not paying something that when you don't pay it, the lights go out.
What? Margie Albright, you ought to be it.
Remember what you said.
You little nut.